Virgo, the month November begins with the exact Uranus-Pluto square, really pulling to this vibration for transformation, for change. It's a very rebellious energy, and it has this finger of fate, this yacht configuration that pulls into the solar eclipse, the new moon in Scorpio, just 2 days later on November 3rd. And all of this Scorpio energy is what's called your solar third house. There's so many planets in this house that they're shoved over into another house, but they're really all in an area of life for you that's about communication. So communicate. The North Node, where one can go to receive more and growth, is connected to Mercury, which is retrograde, and your ruling planet. The new moon itself, the solar eclipse, is connected to Saturn, and that's about boundaries. There's an intensity, there's a deep intensity with this solar eclipse. For you, think about, what else can I know? What else can I learn? What is a new way to communicate? And a lot of this communication is a deep communication with yourself. Scorpio is about going into the hidden side of ourselves, the occult, the secret side. You may find it important to take time out for yourself to meditate, to read spiritual books, anything where you're going deeper. And journaling would be great if you have a desire to write, be a time of writing. The finger of fate, or yet the yacht configuration, is with Mars, which is in your sign in Virgo. So there's a get to it energy with this. What do I need to get to? What do I need to do? What do I need to move on? It's partly is standing up for what's important for you that will help in this transformational change energy. Venus goes into Capricorn on the 5th of November. Capricorn is an earth energy. You're an earth energy, so all of that is very positive. She's moving into a segment of the angle to you, part of the solar chart, that represents love affairs, it represents children, it represents self-expression, but it's what makes you happy, hobbies. Doesn't necessarily have to do with work, but since you're a Virgo and Capricorn is here, doing a project that brings you fulfillment will be great. On the 19th, Venus will cross over her shadow point. She's going to be spending 3 months in Capricorn, which is a long time, because she'll go retrograde on the 21st of December. Jupiter goes retrograde November 7th in Cancer, in a sector, an angle to you that is expanding groups, friendships. And Jupiter itself is about believing in yourself, what are your beliefs. Jupiter wants to expand anything that it touches. It's like, no, believe in yourself, have the confidence, it's going to be okay. But being connected with an area or an angle to you that says expand to the world, groups, organizations, friendships, acquaintances, there's an expansion energy here. Mercury goes direct, your ruling planet, on the 10th, again in the house of communication. So for you, you really can start to catch up on a lot of communication, or people catching up with you. And then Neptune goes direct. See how busy this month is? It's a very powerful, busy month. Opposite your sign in Pisces, and of course it will be in Pisces for 14 years, so it's a long energy. But whenever a planet is stationed, it has a more direct point of strength for the influence that it carries. And being opposite your sign, it says the high side is having compassion for others. The low side is others can disappoint, they're not living up to your standards, or not living up to who they could live up to, the ideal that they could be. But the high side is really, really having a compassion and understanding for others It also is very creative and very spiritual. And if you have a spiritual buddy, or spend some time in meditation or doing something creative, excellent day for creative visualization. The full moon on the 17th is between you would call it it's called the higher mind and the lower mind. The thinking mind, the part of life, what are the things that I can use in life that help me function better? Sometimes it's called the difference between small trips and big trips. Going across town, across state, and going across country or to another country. So different ideas can be illuminated. Also, the higher mind, meaning the philosophical side, and the things, what you believe, the big beliefs, the big knowledge that one needs in life or lives by, and then do you put it into practice? So an illumination there. We have Chiron going direct on the 19th. Chiron again is in Pisces, opposite your sign. And when Chiron goes direct, it's a time, and in Pisces, it's a time of more compassion for ourselves and for others, and for circumstances in life where we feel that we've been wounded. But to be able to get to a point where you can almost like have gratitude for whatever happened, because you are who you are and your circumstances have made you who you are, and that this can be a time of dropping any resentment, regret, disappointment, or anger against either another person or just circumstance of life, and heal yourself from that. The sun moves into Sagittarius, fire sign, on the 21st, bringing some fire and inspiration energy to all this deep water, Scorpio, earth vibration that's going on. And the Sagittarius energy is shifting into a sector that represents home, but it's also represents that space within, that depth of early conditioning, it's called, early conditioning. And the inspiration energy can be that you put some inspiration into your home, wherever you live, or maybe it's your office, you're cleaning out your car, cleaning up your apartment, putting some energy and inspiration into making it feel the way you want it to feel. And a reflection of who you are and where you're going. The month ends with the sun trine Uranus, real flowing. It gives a flow to this fire energy, this flow to the inspiration energy, and it's moving us into December with that sense of going forth with confidence and with confidence and with that sense of being inspired. It's a do energy moving forward.